What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City transfer update. Got a big piece of information coming out of Spain today, so we'll speak all about that very soon. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. I'm going to keep you guys up to date every single day with all the latest Manchester City transfer news throughout this winter transfer window. So if you haven't already, do subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. We smashed 500 likes in the last one, so let's go for it again. 500 likes, any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below, and also don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Sofascore, who are going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores from around the grounds, along with the latest match information, the latest statistics and so much more. It's not just limited to football, it's got you guys covered with all the sports scores that you guys love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. It's a very highly rated app. It's worthwhile checking out. It's free to download, and anyone that does download using my link in the description or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. And a big thank you to Sofascore for sponsoring this transfer update. So once more, no contract news. We're going to dive straight in with the outs. We've got the latest on Manchester City youngster Dan Batty. He's set to sign for Tottenham Hotspur, according to Fabrizio Romano. He's going to sign for £500,000, so £500,000 plus bonuses. Interestingly, Manchester City have also included a sell-on fee on this deal as well, which means whatever Tottenham Hotspur sell Dan Batty for in the future, Manchester City will get a percentage of that fee. So Dan Batty looking like he's going to be leaving Manchester City sooner rather than later. Now moving on, we've got the latest on James McAtee, and Pep Guardiola during his press conference today ahead of Manchester City's away game against Arsenal in the Premier League has given the latest on James McAtee, and very interesting because Pep Guardiola has said that he believes that James McAtee is going to stay at Manchester City. Still no movement, no offers, no bids, no talks, nothing. Transfer deadline date, February 3rd, 11 PM GMT. That window slams shut, and as soon as that happens, as far as I'm concerned, if McAtee is still a Manchester City player, which Pep Guardiola seemingly confirming that he thinks that he is going to be a Manchester City player, we've got to get him on a new contract. His contract is up next summer, June 2026. So Manchester City is a matter of urgency as far as I'm concerned. Got to get James McAtee onto a new contract. Pep Guardiola has put emphasis on how important McAtee is. He understands he's frustrated with playing time. He wants more minutes. He wants more starts. But he said that with games coming thick and fast, we need McAtee. He will get minutes. He will get starts. And hopefully Manchester City can keep McAtee at the club and get him on a new deal, get him some minutes and get him them starts that he deserves as well. But to me, very promising update that when it comes to James McAtee potentially staying at the club. Now moving on, interesting on this one as well, Mateo Kovacic. The Sun have said that Al-Nassr have once again in Saudi Arabia renewed their interest in signing Mateo Kovacic from Manchester City. Now no approach as of right now has been made to Kovacic or his representatives or to Manchester City, but it has been confirmed from the Sun that the interest is still there. It was there in the summer. No move ever came about for Kovacic to move to Saudi Arabia. I am expecting, I don't think it's going to come in this window. I think City would be absolutely mental, it'd be crazy to consider accepting an offer for Kovacic with the injury that we've got to Rodri, but Rodri should be back for Manchester City by the time we get to the summer, and I wouldn't rule out Kovacic maybe wanting a big payday in Saudi Arabia. He won't be the first and he won't be the last player that would be interested in that. Even in the Manchester City squad, we know that Edison potentially would be interested in that move. So we do have a battle on our hands to try and keep hold of some of our players in our squad. Who knows if they're available for transfer. But remember, all players got to let Manchester City know that they do want to leave. McAtee hasn't done that, Edison's not done that, and Kovacic hasn't either. So whilst the interest is there, I'm not expecting any movement between now and deadline day when it comes to Kovacic or any outgoings for Manchester City. So we'll see if anything does change. The window is a longer one than normal. There's still time for deals to be done, and things do get quite crazy around this time when it comes to transfer deadline day, which is on Monday. So we're looking now at the final weekend. Manchester City not interested in letting any players leave that are around the first team squad, but Manchester City are still in the market when it comes to incomings. And whilst there's been a lot of rumours fluttering around about Andrea Cambiasso and Douglas Luiz and Edison over at Atalanta, there's not really been too many links with Manchester City, which may suggest that Man City are done in this window. But Pep Guardiola said today that he doesn't know, and if Man City were done in this window, he'd have said that that's us done and dusted. He doesn't know because Manchester City, to me, are still trying to work some things out. I found it very interesting. Chicky is normally Man City's representative at the Champions League draw. Today, it wasn't him that was there. It was Paul Dickoff along with another one of the members of staff at Manchester City, not Chicky. So I'm going to presume that Chicky is out doing business. He's doing his work with Manchester City. He could be anywhere in the world trying to work on a deal for Manchester City. And a new name that has cropped up today is Sergi Altimira over at Real Betis. Now, he's a 23-year-old Spanish central defensive midfielder. You heard that right, a central defensive midfielder. Now, Manchester City are interested and would potentially like to make a move, according to Fabrizio Romano. So the latest on this deal when it comes to Altimira is Real Betis have no plans to sell and certainly don't want to sell him during this window. And Fabrizio Romano has said that Manchester City regard Altimira as a player for now and a player for the future that Man City want to keep their eyes and ears open for. Now, as he plays for Real Betis and being Spanish, playing in La Liga, it means 100% there is a release clause in his contract. It makes this a doable, easy transfer for Manchester City, should Manchester City be willing to release the clause. Now, Wolverhampton Wanderers have been interested during this window in Altimira. So I know some of you guys are going to be out there suggesting, why on earth are we interested in a player that's interesting Wolves? We should be looking at other alternatives, bigger names who are potentially playing for bigger clubs than Real Betis. But do not dismiss Altimira. He's got good statistics, he's a grafter, he works hard, and also, maybe, just speculating, might just be happy to be Manchester City's alternative when it comes to Rodri. Altimira might be thinking and rubbing his hands at the potentially having a lot of minutes for Manchester City throughout the remainder of this season, and then once Rodri comes in, he'll play as Rodri's understudy, who maybe, because we don't know what Man City's plans are, they always change, that Man City may look at Altimira or Rodri and think, there could be another role inside that Manchester City midfield. So it's not every day that Manchester City come knocking. And Altimira hears of the interest of Wolves but wants to stay at Real Betis. He's gone, not too sure about that. But if Manchester City come knocking, Champions League football, working with Pep Guardiola, a big money move to Manchester City, it may be his one and only opportunity for such a move to happen. Now, his release clause is more than 40 million euros. It doesn't say how much more. I'm going to presume that it's just over 40 million euros, so we're looking at less than 40 million pounds, I think, for this transfer. A very doable transfer. The question is, while City regard him as a player for now and for the future, do they want to make a move for the remainder of this window? Well, if they do, it's a very doable, very easy transfer. So I think City are working on some stuff in the background. There's a reason why Chicky wasn't at the Champions League draw today, even though it was a very big draw for Manchester City. City getting linked with bits of business here, there and everywhere. For me, Manchester City not done in this window, and Altimira may just be one of them players that I'm going to keep my eyes and ears open for. If not for January, for this month and this window, then maybe for the summer and further beyond. Manchester City like him, they're interested. Will they make a move? Remains to be seen. So I'm going to put a question out there for you guys. Have any of you guys seen Altimira play? Do you rate him? Do you think he's good? Do you think he'd be a good fit for Manchester City? What do you think he'd bring to the team? Do let me know in the comments below. Altimira, yay or nay. So there we go, that has been today's transfer update. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a thumbs up. Remember, 500 likes is the like goal. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do subscribe if you're new around here. It is free to subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. I'm going to keep you guys up to date every single day with all the latest Manchester City transfer news. So if you haven't already, do subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Sofascore. And I'll see you all again religiously tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.